The connection between me and the plane is something special in Shark, because you are so close to the aircraft, but in the same time you have enough space for maneuver in the cockpit. So welcome to our Prague office. I'm Václav Nekvapil, I'm managing partner of CEC Group, International Public Affairs Consultancy. I'm responsible for our operations in the Czech Republic. We work with big multinational companies. We advise them on regulation, on public affairs, on regulatory environment, on legislation. And apart from Prague, CEC Group is present in other markets of Central and Eastern Europe. So this is Shark with serial number 103. It has Rotax 912 inside, so the engine which has just 100 horsepower, but it can produce, in this aircraft, it can produce a speed of more than 300 kilometers per hour. So very, very efficient and very convenient. It has, this model has long-range fuel tanks, and I use it more or less for private and business reasons. We have other offices across the Central and Eastern Europe. The biggest one is in Poland, Warsaw, but we also have customers across multiple countries of Central Europe. I go quite often to visit either our partners or our customers. And that is why the selection of Shark was pretty obvious, because we can easily travel across these offices efficiently. I can decide the last moment to go to Warsaw, Vienna, Berlin. I started with the flying when I was 35, so I started 8 years ago. So I was doing my PPL on many aircraft, so mostly Cessnas, Piper, Tecnam. Then I rented for some time aircraft, and in a certain moment when I had the opportunity, I bought Shark, which is ultralight flying, so I have to do also ultralight license, but with PPL it's very easy. And since then I fly most of the time this Shark. Shark was a natural choice when I was thinking and considering what aircraft could be useful both for like leisure time, but also for practical purposes such as my work travels. Yeah, this aircraft was dedicated for Mongolian market. It even flew to Mongolia a few years ago, flew to Mongolia and back. So it has these special paintings which I decided to keep with Mongolian guts. So it's a design you would not probably find on any aircraft in Europe. One thing is that it's relatively easy to fly. Once you learn it, then you would not change it. It can fly in one person for 7 hours easily, and you still have some reserve. And so it's dedicated for long flights across Europe. So this is a map, the Google map, where I have all the airports I landed so far. So not only Czech Republic, of course, is the highly populated, but the other parts of Europe as well. I like the shape and I like the way how it's easily operated from the pilot seat. So the most interesting and longest trip I've ever done was around Scandinavia. Frankly speaking, I didn't expect that the weather would allow me to go all around the Scandinavia up to Nordkapp, Norway, Sweden, and back via Denmark to Prague, but it happened. So it was 5 days, a lot of flying, more than 6,000 kilometers within 6 days. So you can imagine that it's 1,000 kilometers per day, which is like from Prague to London every day. So it was demanding for planning and for concentration, but it was fantastic. I did make a lot of shots of landings on deserted airports, middle of nowhere, especially in Finland. It was very spectacular. And then flying through above fjords in Norway was also something I of course filmed, and it was very tempting to make a memory of this scenery. Maybe the most memorable and also pretty difficult airport was Eco November Hotel Victor, which is very close to Nordkapp. It was in the fjords, a lot of seagulls and a lot of wind, relatively short runway, but it was manageable. That was one of them, and then in Norway, very spectacular landing in Bodo airport. It's a big international airport, but with Shark you can keep the pace with bigger planes, and it's very welcoming airport. When I was in Scandinavia, for example, on the remote airports, I often took someone for a ride around the airport with Shark because they wanted to try it. It's very different feeling from all other aircraft.